Have you ever wondered why Clash Royale's older updates seem to be much better than their more recent updates? There is no question that the Clash Royale community feels more and more negative about the game after each update as of recently. The new updates feel like they are more about earning revenue than they are about actually improving gameplay. But it wasn't always like this. So where did Clash Royale go wrong? Let's go back to when the game was released global at the beginning of 2016. Clash Royale back then is nothing like Clash Royale is today. It was an entirely different game. For starters, there were only 42 cards in the game. Legendary cards were just introduced into the game, with the Ice Wizard and Princess being the first two legendaries. The max King Tower level was level 12. The season reset would bring you back to 3,000 trophies, and there were only 7 arenas. Times were simpler back then. A lot of people don't talk about this, but Clash Royale was way more pay to win when it was first released versus what it is today. If you think Clash Royale is pay to win today, in 2016 it would cost you well over 20,000 US dollars to max a single legendary. Imagine spending that much money just to max an Ice Wizard. It was so much harder to progress because features like the season shop, Pass Royale, tournaments, and clan wars did not exist like they do today. Gold was very hard to come by. You would have to spend roughly 40 US dollars on gems to get 5,000 gold. Even with Clash Royale being heavily pay to win, it still gained popularity over time and became the extremely successful game it is today. So why is that? Although Clash Royale was very pay to win back in the day, people loved it and kept playing. I think a lot of that had to do with the way Clash Royale would update their game. Every 2 to 3 months, Clash Royale would drop insane updates, releasing up to 6 new cards at a time, new ways to progress, a boatload of balance changes, new arenas, etc. There is always an abundance of new content coming to the game to look forward to every couple of months. It would feel like every incoming update would add something to help players play the game in different ways and progress faster. In July of 2016, tournaments were released which added a new way to play the game competitively and a new way to progress. And let me say, some tournament prizes were nothing short of insane. The chest you are seeing now is a first place tournament winner on the biggest tournament you could start. The prize was 15,000 cards, which was insane, considering the biggest chest you could buy at the time would cost roughly 40 US dollars for just 684 cards. This chest was extremely valuable. In December of 2016, clan chests were added to the game. Basically, you worked with your clan to earn as many crowns as you could, and depending on how many crowns you earned, you would get a certain reward. This was basically Clan Wars before actual Clan Wars came out. The rewards were not bad, especially if you had a semi-active clan. You can get a nice chest every week, which sped up player progression. The next update that helped the player progression would be 2v2 battles. The 2v2 player update was released in June of 2017. This update was huge to the game because not only were 2v2 modes added, but also the 3 times Elixir Challenge, Ramp Up Challenge, and Sudden Death Challenge, which allowed so many more ways to play the game. This made the game way more interesting than it being a standard 1v1 PvP game. What was nice too was that you can get chests and crowns from winning 2v2 battles, which allowed for more casual players to progress faster. This meant if you needed a chest for your chest slot, instead of possibly losing trophies and ladder, you could just join a casual 2v2 match and earn chests through there without worrying about losing. In April of 2018, Clan Wars was introduced into the game, which basically replaced the clan chest. Instead of earning crowns collectively as a clan, now you just had to win 1v1 battles against other people searching in Clan Wars. Clan Wars offered better rewards than the clan chest, however Clan Wars does require more clan member dedication. Just 2 months later, Clash Royale added another update in which clan war rewards were better and they made all chests in the game contain better rarity cards. In September of 2018, Clash Royale released trade tokens, which was very helpful for free-to-play players. This allowed free-to-play players to level up their deck by trading cards they don't use for cards they use more frequently. So far, the theme of Clash Royale updates is releasing new content and new ways to progress in the game. This path continues by Clash Royale adding the Trophy Road in April of 2019. This started the trophy road we have today, which offers a lot of rewards for climbing your way up in trophies. In July of 2019, the biggest game changer update was dropped. Drumroll please. Pass Royale. Clash Royale was a huge update for both free-to-play players and pay-to-win players, because just by playing the game often, you had access to so many great and valuable rewards. To this day, Clash Royale provides the most value for progression for both free-to-play and pay-to-win players. In March of 2021, magic items were dropped, which offered players a very time-saving way to level up cards of their choice. Wild cards gave players more control of what cards they could upgrade. Overall, this update made Clash Royale not so expensive to max out. Instead of spending over $20,000 to max a legendary, you can now just buy a couple of season passes and max a legendary for less than $20. In June of 2021, Clash Royale added gold crates, which was very helpful because a lot of players complained they did not get enough gold. Clash Royale added more gold in every chest. As you can see, a lot of older updates were mostly about adding new ways to play the game, adding new cards, and adding more ways for players to progress. This all changed starting at the end of 2020. This marks when Clash Royale started a turn around on their updates. This was when Clash Royale stopped releasing new cards regularly. From the beginning of 2018 to the end of 2020, Clash Royale released a new card about once every 3 months. Since the end of 2020, we have only seen 6 new cards, with 5 of them being champions. The game's new features have really slowed down since the end of 2020. Nothing new is really being added, only new seasons and new balance changes. In October of 2021, Clash Royale released level 14, which did not provide much value to the player base because nothing changed, but now players need to earn more cards to max out their decks they already had maxed. Champions were a great addition to the game. They offered a new, unique playstyle, and 5 champions were added since the update. The next major update was over a year later, which was the update for losers, in which they did add the season shop, which is a great way to help players progress. However, they did nerf Clash Royale pretty bad, which screwed over Clash Royale buyers. The nerf to Clash Royale kind of canceled out the season shop progression. Although you can get another way of progression through the season shop, the nerf to Clash Royale made it so the player progression didn't really speed up. The price of the new Clash Royale was over doubled and the rewards were less valuable. Not much happened between the losers update and the level 15 and evolution update. In June of this year, the level 15 was added to the game, and quite frankly, nobody wanted it. There is no additional content locked behind level 15. It is extremely hard to get level 15 cards, and all it really does is allow people who pay money for level 15 to win easier against people who have lower level cards. The evolution part of the update is great, however, if you wanted to use them right after launch, you had to pay $100 in the shop. Some of the evolutions were very overpowered and were not nerfed until everybody spent their money on the shop offers to unlock them. In my previous video, I went over how long it would take to get evolutions as a free-to-play, and in order to unlock an evolution as a free-to-play, and if you're grinding, it would take about 2 months, which is pretty insane. As you can see, times are different now. In the last 3 years, the game went from having consistent, game-changing updates to having updates that come much less frequently and don't add much to the game. At this point, the game feels pretty stale because of the lack of content being added. The evolutions are nice, however, it does take quite a while to acquire them if you are free to play. In my opinion, I think Clash Royale needs to focus on adding new content such as new cards and new game modes. I also think they need to add a new or faster way of progressing in the game, especially after the level 15 update. Getting one level 15 card can take a free-to-play player a whole season, and that's if they are extremely active. I think it would only make sense if Clash Royale added something that helps players progress faster, or just make current progression faster by offering more cards in every chest and giving better rewards in Clash Royale, Season Shop, and Path of Legends. They made player progression harder, so why not add more ways for players to progress? Anyways, if you enjoyed, please be sure to like the video and subscribe for more content. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments below. If you agree or disagree with the points I made in the video, I would love to hear them. Thanks for watching. Peace out.